An island named DioField. Long known as the home of the gods, the island has basked in nothing but peace for centuries. Alas, an inescapable wave of chaos and change appears to be approaching. While sojourning in Leicestershire at the Leicester residence, the fourth-born prince, Levantia Shatham, comes under attack. Amidst the chaos, Andreas and Frederick hurry to his aid, and under their courageous protection, he escapes the manor. However, they are ambushed, and Levantia is felled by an assassin's hand. With his last breath, he entrusts the future to his friends. Levantia's now limp hand bears the mark of the blessed, proof of his rightful claim to kingship.
What's that? What's that?
Here we are.
Whoa! Look at this! It's amazing! Wow!
The Duke is said to be a connoisseur of foreign culture. This, he would have had specially imported, I'm sure.
Well, well, well. Not just a ragtag band of sellswords after all. I'm intrigued.
Greetings, everyone.
I'm the General Administrator for the unit, Lorraine Luckshaw. And this is our commander.
Yulzim Jordan. I'm in charge of this unit. I assume you're the new recruit.
Yes. I am Frederick Lester.
Andreas Ronderson.
Isla Wigan, at your command.
Wigan? Well, he was a brilliant fighter. Never struck me as the fatherly type. I'm sure you will endeavor not to sully our unit's name.
I will.
Now, like other mercenaries, we take requests from the citizenry, but with one important caveat. Since this unit is financed by Duke Hende, his orders always take precedence. No exceptions. Don't disappoint him.
The era of myths gives way to an era of great turmoil. War looms dark over the Rotail mainland, and amid the unrest, the common bandit Trovelt Shovia sees his opportunity and establishes an empire. Commanding a disciplined army and versed in modern magic, the Empire is a power to be reckoned with. It promptly establishes control over the western part of the continent. Rotail's other nations respond by forming an alliance to combat the threat of the Empire. Despite their combined strength, they were largely powerless to resist the Empire's advance. The continent was ravaged by the devastating war between the Empire and the Alliance. However, one nation remained unaffected by the chaos. The Kingdom of Alatane, on DioField Island, situated off the northwestern coast of Rotail. On the mainland, the war reached a stalemate when the powerful Vermin Republic joined forces with the Alliance. The two sides were now evenly matched. However, localized fighting continued to intensify in a bid to secure Jade, a resource for modern magic. With Jade believed to be abundant on DioField, the attention of both the Empire and the Alliance inevitably turned towards the island. The Kingdom of Alatane, ward of the Augurs, looked destined to have its soil stained with the blood of battle.
Our next mission has come directly from Duke Hende. It will be carried out along with other mercenary units. The target is a large-scale bandit camp in the Regia Highlands, on the border between Centralfield and Westfield. Droves of mercenaries from across the region have been mobilized for this particular task. We will combine to make a large strike force and attack in concert.
So, any questions?
Commander, numbers are hardly a boon when the way to the bandit camp leads through a narrow gorge.
Indeed. Rather than engage the enemy head-on, we could target their leaders in a stealth attack.
Yes. If we take a small unit and set off tonight, we will have a good chance of catching them off guard. Then there should be only a handful of surviving bandits left. The main force can mop them up when they arrive at the break of day tomorrow.
You suggest merely pretending to work jointly with the others to steal a march on the enemy?
Yes. I propose that Frederick, Isolair, and myself form a separate task force for this purpose. I also suggest that you join the main group, Commander Yulzim. To draw attention away from our movement, better keep up the pretense.
Very well. If it is a diversion that's required, I would certainly help to make it convincing.
I feel we would also benefit from having a talented sniper join our ranks.
The Knight-Errant Iscarian would certainly fit the bill, Commander. He is one of the mercenaries participating in the raid.
A self-proclaimed knight, no? Very well. I will visit him at the encampment after you set off and ask him to join you.
Thank you, Commander. Now, we had better set off for the Regia Highlands.
After proving his worth in the fight against Goffrin, Iscarian Colchester is asked to join the unit. He had previously fought as a self-styled knight-errant, having cut ties with his noble family. Traditionally, the Knights of Alatain rule their own domains and collect taxes from their subjects, from which they pay a portion to the royal government. It is a system widely abused by the aristocracy, who have grown fat off the proceeds. Many of these nobles took up residence in Southfield, the southern region of DioField. This area is also home to the only trading port on the island. A hub of culture and entertainment, prosperous on the surface, but below lies a dark underbelly where shady dealings are an everyday occurrence. It is a chaotic place, a melting pot of virtue and vice.
This mission comes at the behest of House Redditch, one of Alatain's oldest families. This prestigious family has had a strong association with Southfield for a long time, and currently finds itself in crisis. It seems the Daglance Traders Union, their former affiliates, has raised the flag of rebellion, and they're now embroiled in a bitter conflict.
How dare those traitors bite the hand that feeds them?
Assisting nobles, are we? Not my cup of tea, but I suppose this kind of thing can't be allowed.
House Redditch has long maintained an intimate relationship with the royal government. They prop up the commerce of the entire region. Duke Hende is helping House Redditch in order to have them in his debt. Isn't that so?
That's the way of it, yes. Now, you must make for the Redditch estate without delay.
Lady Walter Quinn Redditch, who brought this request to our unit, is due to take you there herself. Lady Walter Quinn, if you would be so kind.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Walter Quinn Redditch. Forgive my intrusion. I had to flee Southfield at a moment's notice. I should be glad to escort you to the Redditch estate myself. I will do what I can to assist you in any way.
You have our thanks, but your assistance won't be needed.
Those traders and any of that Southfield rabble are ruffians. This will be a good opportunity to bring them to heel.
Very well. All is clear.
Then if you could prepare to depart at once, please.
After proving his worth in the fight against Goffrin, Iscarian Colchester is asked to join the unit. He had previously fought as a self-styled knight-errant, having cut ties with his noble family. Traditionally, the Knights of Alatain rule their own domains and collect taxes from their subjects, from which they pay a portion to the royal government. It is a system widely abused by the aristocracy, who have grown fat off the proceeds. Many of these nobles took up residence in Southfield, the southern region of DioField. This area is also home to the only trading port on the island. A hub of culture and entertainment, prosperous on the surface, but below lies a dark underbelly where shady dealings are an everyday occurrence. It is a chaotic place, a melting pot of virtue and vice.
What the? The dead have risen.
The unit's latest recruit, is the adept magicer, Lady Walterquin, the sole surviving member of the prestigious House Redditch. Many thought her unsuitable for mercenary life, given her aristocratic background. But she quickly proves her value in battle, gaining the trust of Fredrit and Andreas. House Redditch had many unofficial ties to the land-owning nobility of Central Field, and these connections were said to have given them the ear of the Lord's Council. This 10-man organization is a powerful body made up of officials selected from powerful families. Its role is to serve the kingdom by advising the king. Each Lord Councillor also leads a faction made up of lower nobles who seek their protection. The unit returned from Southfield to find a request waiting for them from Biltar village.
Our mission is.
A tiresome task.
But Commander, remember it is vital that we accept requests from the public if we are to keep up appearances. Our status as mercenaries makes us better suited than any Knight Yorda to accommodate Duke Hende's needs.
Oh, very well. Now, on to the details of this mission.
The request hails from the village of Biltar in North Central Field. They report that a number of their young women have been kidnapped. It seems they have been forced into Count Horace's brothel, and it is our task to get them out.
If the Count were revealed to be a kidnapper, it would be a real blow to Lord Kimball's faction.
Not to mention that stifling a rival councillor's revenue would be a great boon to Duke Hende, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure. But we cannot just march into a noble's territory on the word of some villager. The Count would simply feign complete ignorance, and then we would be the ones left with egg on our faces.
I have a plan. Walterquin, if you would.
I was able to secure a private audience with Lord Kimball, posing as a well-intentioned informant.
What?
After the initial pleasantries, we were soon discussing serious matters. I mentioned Count Horace's sordid occupation, and may have suggested that Duke Hende was sniffing around. This panicked our dear Lord Kimball to no end. He ordered that Count Horace be killed without delay.
He'd assassinate a nobleman from his own faction.
The noble Lord Kimball is no doubt attempting to tie up any loose ends before Duke Hende gets further involved.
Here is Count Horace's assassination order, signed by Lord Kimball himself. It is our reason for visiting Biltar. With this, no one would dare question us.
What?
Commander Jordan?
Do as you see fit.
Count Horace's domain, Biltar, is not far from here. It shouldn't take more than half a day on horseback.
We should set off at once. I fear for the safety of those women.
The Granville Church. Having split from the mainland's old communion a millennium ago, it exists only on DioField. Its core belief is the worship of Nathal as the one true God. It teaches that the people of DioField are God's children, that praying to him will sate the soul. Its archbishop, Joshua, is an aristocrat with a seat on the Lord's Council, a position which grants him great influence, as well as extensive lands in Northfield. His faction is supported by House Redditch and House Jordan, Commander Yalzam's family.
As you're aware, it is the time of year when the Granville Church holds its first pilgrimage and performs ecclesiastical rites. And we have been tasked with accompanying the pilgrims and providing any protection as and when necessary. The destination of the pilgrimage is north of Centralfield, in Northfield's Thornbury region. And the route the church takes happens to pass through lands beset with bandits and monsters. Archbishop Joshua will be making the pilgrimage as well. It is vital that you keep a close eye on his well-being. A local girl named Rickenback will act as your guide to Thornbury. Find her as soon as you arrive.
One little detail plays on my mind. Why does the church need to hire mercenaries? Doesn't it have its own Templar Knights?
There are concerns within the church that the knights alone will not provide enough protection.
I suspect there is more to this.
Yeah, without a doubt. A man of the Archbishop's status would certainly not be lacking in protection. He may simply be testing Duke Hende's claims as to our unit's impartiality. His motives are irrelevant to us, however. We must but do our duty and do it well.
Understood. We shall depart at once.
An irksome foe indeed.
Easily slain.
Grave news! The commander has been shot! What?